Nitro Rad. Game review.
Teslagrad, a 2D puzzle platformer created by indie developer Rain. It was released on Steam almost a year ago, and it got, from what I could tell, very little attention. However, it was just released on the Nintendo Wii U eShop. Now, I'm not one who plays a lot of indie games. I might pick one up here and there and enjoy it, but for the most part, I rarely play them. However, Teslagrad really grabbed my attention after I saw the trailer for it on the Nintendo YouTube channel. Teslagrad follows the story of a young boy who stumbles upon an ancient tower and then discovers various items that allow him to manipulate magnetism and solve various puzzles. It definitely looks cool, but does Teslagrad deliver a truly electrical experience? Let's find out. The game's got a very interesting title screen featuring a man carrying a young child through an old burning village. The game starts the second you hit that new game button, and I mean it. It continues on exactly from where the title screen's at. The man brings the child home to who we assume is his wife, the child being his son, and then leaves. We then witness a dramatic passing of time showing that the father never returns. Soon enough, the village is invaded by redcoats, and the mother urges the child to flee all on his own. We then take control of this child. Teslagrad controls like a typical 2D platformer, having you run and jump across a variety of platforms. If you don't quite make a jump or a ledge is slightly too high for you, the boy will automatically pull himself up very quickly. It feels really smooth and natural, and it keeps the platforming gameplay at a solid pace. The game really picks up once you enter the tower and come into contact with magnetic gameplay. Using the power of a magnetic gauntlet, you're able to change the magnetic polarity in various objects such as blocks, planks, and robotic creatures. Using this ability, you'll manipulate your surroundings in order to advance to the next area. As you progress through the game, you'll unlock more and more items that'll give you new abilities. The first are the Blink Boots, an item that transforms the boy into a bolt of lightning and makes him dash forward a brief distance at the speed of light. This can be used for passing through solid objects, bypassing deadly monsters, or just giving you the extra distance you need to clear a gap. There are also ways to give the boy a magnetic charge, allowing him to be pulled in or repelled by the objects that you have magnetized. These mechanics call for some really interesting boss fights. Be warned though, some of them are tough as hell and will have you trying again and again before you can master a strategy to beat them. The puzzles in this game are ridiculously cool and well thought out. Many of the later ones are damn hard, but it makes solving them that much more satisfying. Teslagrad is a very challenging game, but it's extremely fair in how it presents itself. The tower's set up in an almost Metroidvania-like manner, with multiple corridors and pathways to navigate around. However, the area is a lot more confined than a typical Metroidvania game, which keeps a player from ever feeling lost. Also, to help navigation, the Wii U version sports a real-time map on the gamepad screen, which is ridiculously helpful for figuring out where you should go versus where you've already been. As you obtain new items and abilities, you'll be able to climb further and further up the tower, enter new chambers, and attain access to new puzzles. Scattered all throughout the game are collectible cylinders, which you'll have to obtain 15 of before you can finish the game. There's a big door at the bottom of the tower that you'll eventually gain access to pretty late in the game. Written on the door is cylinders times 15, so about 3/4 through after you've been through the majority of the tower, the focus suddenly shifts to finding the cylinders. At first I thought those things were just bonus collectibles, so it seems pretty weird to suddenly make you be like, oh, I have to get those things. It doesn't feel too much like padding, however, as by this time you have the means to traverse each room much faster and can gain access to completely new areas, so the game never really gets stale. That said, when I got to this point I already had 14 just from playing the game, so it never occurred to me as a problem. Just keep in mind that if you play this game, you should grab them when you see them. I think it's high time to talk about the game's presentation. Teslagrad sports a hand-drawn visual style, and I must say it looks absolutely fantastic. The animation is excellent, and all the characters have very appealing designs. Each character is animated very fluidly. There's no motion tweens or lazy animation or anything like that here. They drew each and every frame of animation, and the quality really shows. I really like the design of the main character. He's drawn in a fairly simplistic way, almost like Ness from Earthbound, but with a vintage twist, making him look almost like he was painted into the game. Teslagrad nails all of the small details, like how the boy always punches with the correct hand instead of them just flipping the sprite. The environments are also beautiful. It really reminds me of Rayman Legends, how everything in that game kinda looks like an oil painting. There's a lot of really nice detail in the game's backgrounds, like murals on the walls that communicate the game's story. Teslagrad's story is all show and no tell, as everything is communicated through the murals, art, and objects you'll discover in the tower. There's also an occasional puppet show that takes advantage of pantomime storytelling to explain what happened years and years ago. What I got out of it is that a long time ago there was a race of blue-hooded people that developed a great technology based around magnetism. Their homeland was invaded, so they appointed a good friend of theirs king, granting him special powers. However, the power gradually corrupted him as he started to suggest taking over the surrounding lands. The Blue Hoods then built the tower, which was then invaded by the king, who slaughtered everyone in there. The tower and items the boy comes across are but remnants of a society of old. I think I can honestly say I've never been able to take in this much story from a game that doesn't have a single word of dialogue. Not only does this game have beautiful visuals, but it also sports an outstanding soundtrack. The music incorporates a lot of cello, violin, and choir, and it works really well with the game's atmosphere. You can purchase the soundtrack on iTunes for $10, so if you want to throw some money at the developers, show them some support, go for it. If I had to think of one thing I didn't really like about this game, it's that sometimes there's blind spots causing you to die from falling without it really being your fault. It's infrequent, and when you die, you respawn immediately from a nearby checkpoint, so it's definitely not something to lose sleep over. All it really means is that there's a lot of trial and error with trying to solve many of the harder puzzles. So if you're fine with that, it's really not a problem. I'm also really not a fan of the dark segments, but again, they're infrequent as there's only 2 in the game. Another small gripe I had was that the game would stutter every time I opened a door from the central tower. This only seems to be a problem on the Wii U version, as it's completely absent from the Steam version. So hopefully they'll just release an update or something to fix it, because it's such a minor thing. Teslagrad will probably take you about 3 to 5 hours to complete, depending on your skill level. Getting all of the collectibles will probably add another hour or 2 on top of that. It's not a super lengthy game, but for what it is fantastic. Teslagrad will cost you $15 in the Wii U eShop, and I like to think of that this way. If Uncharted 3 costs $50 at launch for a fantastic 12-hour game, I think $15 is fairly reasonable for a fantastic 5-hour game. Besides, it's got great replay value, and for speedrunners out there, it makes for a great speed game. For those that don't want to shell out $15 for it, it is a little cheaper on Steam. However, I would recommend the Wii U version just to have access to the game map on the Wii U gamepad. I would wholeheartedly recommend Teslagrad. It has unique and original ideas that call for some really cool and really fun puzzles. Not to mention the presentation is absolutely beautiful. If you're a fan of 2D puzzle platformers like Braid or Limbo, Teslagrad is the game for you. It will not disappoint. I give Teslagrad a Tesla Rad. Thanks for watching. Teslagrad costs $15 on the Wii U eShop. I like to think of that this way. If Uncharted 3... This is Far Cry 3!